Okay, welcome back. This is Deadly Darmanitan again. In my previous video, I had, well, kind of promised that I'd show you my track, my kilometer-long track. Now, I'm assuming by the title, or the description of the achievement, which, let's take a look at that now. On a rail, it says travel by minecart at least 1 kilometer from where you started. I really want to I took that pretty literally. I'm assuming that it is literally 1 kilometer from this square right here. So that's 1,000 squares or more in that direction, not, in a circle, around however many times it would take to get to a kilometer. No, that's what I took it as, and I'm assuming that's correct. If not, please let me know or whatever. I don't know. Anyways, this is the start of my track. Originally, I did not know how long a block was in terms of meters, and so I went and looked it up. Halfway through my building of this, just because I was at first I was just gonna start building and go and see if I got it. If I didn't, I'd build on some more, and I did that about 10 times, which kind of got crazy. So I looked it up. One block is 1 meter across. So each block is a cubic meter, which means the length of one is exactly 1 meter. So you need to go 1,000 blocks worth of track. All right, so this is my track, and actually this is not the one that I said that I was experimenting on when I figured out the I guess the end stop, whatever you would call it, where I would put redstone on a square right there, and then 2 blocks high a button, and then 5 powered tracks from this block, and a detector track in front of that. This, I actually just used the lever, which turns on the track, and it automatically, or it doesn't automatically turn back off like it would with a button. So yeah, my castle down there, it's huge. That just shows you how high up I am and how far away I am. And you can see I got a Minecraft carved into the ground full of lava over there, and the same thing on the cliff down there. I can show you some of my other stuff that I built in some of my other videos, but for now I just want to, since I already got the achievement, I can't exactly prove to you that it will actually activate. I mean, you're just gonna have to take my word for it. This is how I got it, which it's not hard to believe at all, because you will see exactly how long this track is by the time I am done going from one end to the other. And if you've done the achievement already, you know how long it is too. So, there's no kidding around. This is how I did it. And originally I did try, well, okay, I took that out, but I did originally try to use the old boosters, where you'd have a circle of track with 3 minecarts that glitch around in a circle, and then when you go past it, it shoots you. That did not work. Either they didn't fix it. It still kind of works, but they didn't get. I don't know if they actually did anything with that or not, but it was extremely glitchier than what I had used back when that was really the only way to go. So, and then I also used the, you got your little side track next to a ramp. I used that too, and that didn't work as well as I thought it would either. And so, I remembered, because this was, well, these powered rails came out the same day, on on beta 1.5 as the achievements. And so, you know, after trying and failing, or not completely failing, just, you know, going way slower than I wanted to on getting closer to the achievement, I had been using those old boosters. Anyway, so what I do have on this track, I have the powered rails. I have a lever on each of them. I do not have any detector rails, because at the time that I got the achievement, it was still 1.5, where beta 1.5, where because I read about it, but I didn't try it just because I knew, or I assumed that if they said that if you had a track down and you placed one of these connecting to it, you'd have to place them first for it not to crash. It would crash the game if you placed it with an existing track. So I never even bothered with those. And actually, Inventory Editor at that time didn't. The update for that didn't come out to where you can even edit these in. So I just edited gold and stuff. I didn't even bother creating or crafting the detector ones. All right. So, you know, all I have from end to end, I have a bunch of these the power tracks. So, okay, there was another thing that I had to say before I get started. I had a lot of problems. I still am probably going to have a lot of problems with animals on the tracks. You know why? Because I put torches next to the track, and when it's getting nighttime too. So that's when all the animals are going to be around the torches, which means they're going to be around the track. They really should. What I would do if I were them, think about putting some sort of, you know, animal thing, like a cow catcher, on the front of certain mine carts. I'm not sure how you would craft that exactly. I guess you'd have to build it separately and then craft it with the cart. I don't know. But that would be my idea, to get rid of animals off the track as they're driving or riding, because unless you're really, really, really quick with the sword, there's no way you're going to get them off the track if they're right in front of you. Alright, so I think we're ready to go. Switch, and we're off. Alright, I had this really steep hill there because originally I thought it wasn't going to be as long. I had absolutely no idea how long a kilometer was going to be. So, you know, I knew for sure that it was going to be longer than that ramp would get me, but I knew that there was going to be, you know, and so, yeah, you can see where I had my booster there, back there, and you can see along the track where all my power rails and my levers are. And actually, I just went straight, and that's all you really need to do. You just go straight, you just cut through whatever hills or cliffs or whatever are in front of you, build whatever blocks you need to cross the water, and that's it. Just for 1,000 blocks, though. You don't need to count all of them. Just, you know, just add, you know, 50 at a time or so until you get the achievement, you know. Huh, that one didn't look like it was on, but apparently it was. Anyways, that, I guess it just wasn't lit up in the darkness as bright as I thought it would be. Well, so far so good. No animals on the tracks, but you can see I mean, I tried to kind of cover as many as the torches I can inside the end of the caves, because originally I had them on the outside wall next to the caves, but I kind of moved them in towards the inside of the caves, and the animals don't usually go inside, or, you know, the tunnels, whatever. And so we're probably over halfway there. Actually, probably 2/3 the way there now. So you can see how far it's. Yeah, it takes a lot for 1,000 blocks. And actually, what I did, instead of counting, what I did was I used the statistics page to every time I would build Oh, we're going back now. I'm sorry about that. My video encoder actually did it again where I had it set to 10 minutes and it went over that time. So, ooh, that pig almost. So what I was in the middle of saying is what I used instead of counting block for block for block, because that, oh, that would be so much long. And it did take me 2 or 3 hours, maybe even more. It took me a good amount of time to get this done, but once I started doing that, well, by the time I started doing that, I was already like 50 blocks, maybe even 25 blocks away from the kilometer anyways. So what I did was I went to statistics, and I would walk from one end to the other. I'd look at my distance walked before. Or no, actually, what I did distance by minecart, because it went a lot faster than walking. By the time I started doing that, like I said, I was pretty close to. Oh no, chicken! Oh, I didn't time it right. If you time it right, you can get them to jump or whatever when you hit them, and they'll kind of glitch through your cart. So I guess that's as far as we're going to get, going that way. So let's go back to the end. Actually, I have, what I should do is I should put a button on that end back there. Well, actually, I should put a button at each end, because right now I just have the levers, and when I went back from the original time that I went on this, I still had the lever switched on. So, every time I hit the end down there, it's going to push me back, because those powered tracks at the end are always going to be on. But if I put a button on there, they're only going to be on for the amount of time it takes to get me off of those powered tracks. And, ooh, that was creepy. Once I'm off those tracks, once the button goes back off, the tracks will be powered down, so it'll stop me instead of sending me back. If you can understand what I'm saying. So really, I need to. I didn't make it. All right, I just tried to hit the switch there. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm just gonna do like I did in my other video. And I don't have any buttons. So I guess that's probably why I didn't do that right then, because I didn't have any buttons on me. Anyways, that's a kilometer there. You saw it from start to finish.